Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Walker Bee Ranch. I think I'm gonna end up doing a hive inspection today. I noticed something on one of my hives that I've seen the last few days, so I really want to check that out and see what's going on in the hive. It's about 53 degrees. Today is January 14th, 2022, and give me a second and I'll show you what I'm looking at and try to explain it to you. Is I'm seeing brood being pulled out of the cells, so I don't know, and some dead bees on the hive entrance. So I'm gonna just get into this hive today and see what's in there and see if I can see how they're doing. And bear with me, and I'll take you along for the journey, and we'll see how it goes. I actually have my tool with me today, so I don't have to look for it. Let's open up and see. Alright, we got bees in the top, which is only on this one, it's a medium, super. Go ahead and break this feeder ring off. They've propolized a few of the vent holes, but not a lot of them on here. Right? So what I'm gonna do is, this top box is loaded with honey. So I'm just gonna pop the whole box off to get to the brood chamber below. Not try to disturb the bees up front here. Oh geez, that's heavy. That's probably 50 pounds. 50, 60 pounds of honey right there. There are some hive beetles that have been caught by my Swiffer sheet here. I might try to scrape that off. Very strong colony at this point. That's nice to see. Yeah, there's hive beetles in this hive, yo. And they're even to the point to the Swiffer sheet is not catching them. Yep, they're coming out underneath of the beetle trap here. Even. So maybe it's time to throw that 10 frame beetle bottom board on here and see if that helps them. There are beetles. Hate seeing beetles in the winter. I hate seeing beetles anytime but the winter. They've really got this thing propolized. So we're gonna try to remove this. This has caught a bunch. They're probably not gonna like this that I'm messing with them. It is a big colony, but you would think with a colony this big, they would be able to keep the brood warm. Right? You would think. Some of you veteran guys, yeah, they're not gonna like this. I'll probably get stung all over. I will replace this with a new one. They're doing pretty good so far. I'll just set that off to the side. There was a lot of beetles in there. Wow, this is a pretty strong colony. Problem is with these boxes, there's not a lot of excess room to pull frames from, which has me kind of worried here. Wow, this thing is absolutely slammed. Try to see if I can go to the outside here. Make some room. Oh, got one in my veil. Alright, was able to get the bee out of the veil pretty quickly. It's the back. Because I got a hoodie on. Let me see if I can get this frame out without damaging it. Oh, it's honey. Look at that beautiful frame, guys. Beautiful frame of honey, capped. I'm just gonna set that right there so I don't lose my orientation. Bottom board does have a lot of bees. Well, not too many. They're trying to clean it out. Another great frame of honey over here. I mean, they are. Let me see if I can flip this around for you. Another nice frame of honey. We got some pollen down in that bottom corner, so there are some stores. I'm trying to do this quick. Sure they're not loving this. This is, I will say, Greg from Nature's Image Farms was absolutely correct. He said this one would probably be the first one I would have to look at splitting, and could be the first one that would be likely to swarm. So they're starting to get a little bit more agitated with me now, because I'm starting to get, Jesus. Let's see what we got. Honey, they're starting to drone. Maybe that's what they're pulling out, is the drone broods. Looks like there's some open cells, and I would say that's what they're doing. Pulling drones. They're pulling the drones. They're killing them off. And I think the cold snap has them realize that, hey, it's not time for you guys yet. And they started to break those drones open, and I imagine that's what they are dispatching to regulate their own colony. Let me see. On the other side, lots of pollen. Lots of pollen in the frame right there. They're storing it away, so they're getting ready. This colony is getting ready to pop when the temperatures stabilize a little bit, I think. They definitely don't care too much for the fact that I'm digging in them right now. And that little pop of the propolis just agitates them. So let's see if I can move some bees and grab a frame here. They've got this thing so well propolized down here. I have not been in this colony. I've pretty much just been doing the top feeding and not messing with them. There's definitely brood. There's beetles. Beetles crawling in and out. I'm not seeing any eggs currently on this frame. Oh, there's some larvae down in that corner right there. Pollen and beetles. I gotta get these beetles under control, guys. They're the bane of my existence here. The bane of my bees' existence. And it's January, and I've got beetles all over this frame. When I say all over, I probably see 5 or 6 of them. I don't want to damage that frame. I think I'm going to put that bottom board on here. And this is a strong colony, so we're going to see if they can manage that. Let's see. It's nice to see this hive being so packed out right now. Hopefully you guys are getting a good view of this. It's hard to tell on my GoPro. It's an older model. It's a 7. Brood. There's eggs in that bottom corner, so she's got this laid up. There's all different stages of larva. So you guys can see that. Nice brood frame. They're doing good. That's really good. This has me excited and hopeful. Trying to just give myself enough room because it's going to be hard to do this with the propolis. So far I've seen, I think, 2 frames with 2 or 3 frames with brood on them, and I'm only halfway in the box. Look at that. If you spot the queen, let me know. The bees look good. They don't appear to. She's got brood down in that corner. This corner right here, brood and larva. Some uncapped stuff up here where there should be capping that pretty soon. Definitely looks like they were dispatching the brood. Have not spotted a queen. To be honest with you, haven't looked for her too much. But this colony's doing good. Got to do something to get these beetles under control. Wow. This is... I knew they were probably going to get agitated because of nice brood frame. Some couple beetles. Then I saw one run across the bottom. But look at that. Nice. Pollen. Some eggs. So the queen has been here within the last day. So you know what I'm going to do? So I'm going to start putting this back together. I don't need to see the queen. I have seen evidence of the queen, which for me is good. Is really good. So we're going to start putting this, I'm going to start sliding all these frames back together. And I'm really happy with this hive other than the beetles. So the beetles, you know, are not what we're looking for. We need to get them eradicated. So I'm actually going to throw that beetle bottom board on here. If it helps at all, like it's supposed to keep them from getting in. But my hope is that any beetles that are in the hive, the bees aggravate them to the point to where they run them through the holes in the bottom, and then they're stuck and can't get back in the hive. Which will probably confuse the bees for a minute. And this hive will be heavy as well because it's got the bees, all of the honey, and everything. I'm also gonna upload this in 4K, so that'll give us a nice view. Hopefully you guys can really get a good shot of what's going on in here.
So, if I get this frame back in would be lovely. This tells me when I did a good job sliding my frames together, or not. Doesn't appear I did. Because it's gotta go in more. And this honey frame right here is kind of fat. So we're gonna put this back together. I know that's the way it goes. That's the way it came out. Maybe I have to. Alright, girl. Alright. And we got bees up in the top as well. So it is a bit. Yeah, that's pretty fat. It was tough to get it out, so I'm sure it's going to be tough to get it back in. Get out of the way, girls. We're coming through. Honey coming in. So this bottom box has lots of stores in it. This one is absolutely going to explode if I don't put a box on it. So what I'm going to have to do is throw a Swiffer sheet on here. And I see one. Let me grab it. This is one that came out of a. Alright, so this is an older one that I had in a nuke. It's actually got a little bit of sugar on it. And I'm just going to lay that Swiffer sheet that hasn't been all propolised on top here. And then when I put the box on it, it'll put that there. Let me get that bottom board. Okay, y'all. So I brought out a Beetle bottom blocker board. As you can see from my other video, I did a whole video on this, so check it out right up here. But it's basically just a shim that goes between the bottom board and the brood box. It's got this contour here that the beetles can't supposedly navigate over, and the bees can still come up. So I'm gonna toss this in there, try to, and see how it goes. It's called the Beetle blocker bottom board or bottom shim. Just trying to get my mind right for where I want to set everything to try to accomplish this. That's one thing I learned in beekeeping, is having a plan helps. So this is going to probably get crazy for a minute. All right, so this is an extremely heavy box. I'm just gonna try to move them. They don't want to move, and the more that I move it, oh yeah, the more I move it, the less they're gonna like me. So as you can see on the bottom board, they've got everything down here, including this feeder that does them no good because there's no feed in it. So we're going to move that out of the way. Keep in mind, this is something that I would normally probably not do in January. So I'm just going to clean this off while I have it out of the hive. Help them out a little bit. Get some of this junk that they're trying to remove off of the hive. And clean some of this up, right? They're trying to get it out. I'm just going to help them. Some beetles, I hate them things. I'm going to eject them and crush them at every chance I get. They have propolized everything on this bottom board. I'm just checking to make sure there's no queen walking around down here, right? I'm ejecting stuff from the hive. Actually, I'm just going to take it and dump it. And we're going to do that. We're There's bees that are not in the best of shape down here. Probably were getting ready to die anyway. We're gonna throw that on here. I'm gonna take this bottom board, flip it down, line it up with the back here, so now the bees can go down through that hole. Oh, they didn't like that at all. That swing. And make sure they're lined up good on this board. So this is a pretty strong colony, pretty strong. Put this very heavy honey super back on. So they've got plenty of food. Plenty of food in the hive. They probably do not need any of this. If this was in season, I would have thrown another box on this thing. Be honest with you, would have happened already. But hopefully that helps them getting that out. And I will be giving updates on this bottom board. I wanted to thank you for watching today. I wanted to remind you all to go and please like, share, and subscribe. And most importantly, watch the beekeeping giveaway video. Watch to the end. Follow the instructions to be entered to win my beekeeping giveaway. And we'll see you next time around. Thank you very much. You have a great day.